Hello, this is Renee Beth Poindexter, founder of Living the Potential Network. And today I'm with Samuel Osborne-Huerta. And he's a new leader for our program. And welcome, Samuel. Great to have you be with me today.
Thank you so much, Renee. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of a cool journey on how we met. But before we get into any of that, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are and what have you been, your background in terms of learning and what your journey so far has been that's led you to where you are today.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, so I guess I would say that I am a writer first, because my mom is a librarian and an English major, and so I had to learn how to. I would show her my writing when I was really little, and and I'm grateful for this. She would just she would give me feedback as though I were like doing a workshop with her, and so I gained a deep appreciation for like good story structure there, and then I wanted Lord of the Rings to be real, and I realized that couldn't be the case. But the next best thing was acting. So um, I have my writing. Lord of the Rings is why I wanted to become an actor. Um, and so when I was about 12, I just started learning like accents because I was like, what do actors do? They do stuff. And so I looked, or I would not looked up to, I would listen to a bunch of different accent. Like there's this movie Sing Street that I really love, and that's where I learned how to do an Irish accent, along with like a comedian named Ed Byrne. But so I started doing that because I wasn't sure where to begin when it came to getting better. And it was hard to it was hard to get the kind of help that I was looking for in high school. Um, and then I sort of miraculously ran into YPC and into Jackie Knight and Sherilyn House, and um, they
And
just
YPC for our listeners is
sorry, what was that?
so YPC stands for.
Oh yes, YPC stands for Youth Performance Company. They are a theater organization operating out of well, it was Minneapolis, now it's St. Paul, the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Um, and Jackie Knight and Sherilyn House are in charge of that organization, and it really focuses on um, giving agency to young artists, much like this program. Well, which is sort of a little bit of not just young artists, but young, learners everywhere. Um, but so I started to get more serious about my passions when I was working with YPC, and then I ended up auditioning for a BFA program, so a bachelor's degree of fine arts in acting, in college, and so far that's going well. And then at the beginning of my freshman year, Jackie connected me to you all. She just approached me and she was like, "There's this really cool opportunity. It has a lot to do with community, a lot of things that
Yeah,
are important to YPC and the Living Potential Network. Um, we would like you to be a part of it." And then, you know,
that's great. And that's how we met. And so that's beautiful.
yeah,
So your learning journey, it sounds like, started young when you discovered that you wanted to be a writer, pretty young. And then your natural curiosity, it sounds like you have this self-directed, unfolding. What about this and what about that? That's led you to combine writing with acting and as part of your learning journey. And right now, how old are you? And you're going, is your first year of college? Is that right?
yes, I'm a freshman in college. I'm 19. Um, and I attend the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities, which with the
Right.
Guthrie that's the program that I'm.
Right. And so you finished high school right in the midst of this pandemic, carving out your learning journey in the midst of huge social change. Um, that's been probably really remarkable for you as a what should I say, insightful, introspective person. Is there anything else you want to say about your learning journey and how it took a little bit to get into the program you're in right now? Could you say it again, where it is that you're going and what it took to get accepted there?
Absolutely, yeah. I am in the University of Minnesota / Guthrie BFA actor training program, which focuses on preparing a group of usually around 20 students, um, to work together as an ensemble while improving their own performance abilities. And it was really really hard to get into. It was really daunting. I had to go to 2 rounds of auditioning, but then like the second round of auditioning was split over the course of like 3 days, so it was way more than you expect. But this year, um, 1,600 people auditioned and 20 got in.
Wow.
Um,
What an accomplishment for you.
Thank you. I
Great.
still feels a little like a dream, but I'm making the most of it.
Absolutely. I'm sure you are. Well, when you're in the right spot. So, what would you say, what are some of the projects or, what you're working on now and that what you're most passionate about?
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually sort of relates back to the Lord of the Rings thing that I was saying I wanted to do. I am really passionate about the fantasy genre, and it's unfortunately um, pretty dominated by white cis men, um, and but I have so many amazing experiences with it, and I think that it should be for anyone, you know. So I am currently passionate about bringing more uh, BIPOC into the fantasy genre, whether it be through playing like I don't know Dungeons and Dragons to I'm currently writing a podcast with my friend Chase Kozak, that is sort of meant to be an episodic cosmic horror story that is written in such a way that doesn't target one specific audience. It's relatable to a group of people, and that's because I think that this has been a very exclusive genre, and but it has a lot to offer, and I want to give that to people.
Right. As part of you have a bent towards social activism and how artistic expression can make a difference. I think that's one of the big things that drew us together for sure. So, why did you choose to become to become a leader in the youth movement that Living the Potential Network is launching into the world? Why did you say yes?
Because the first thing was I thought about, well, what happens if I say no. I was like, well, if I say no, what am I going to be expending the energy that I would be giving to the potential network? What would I be using that on? And the answer in my mind was not anything nearly as productive. And so I saw this organization as an opportunity to meet with people who had the drive to make some real change. Um, I think that there's been an emphasis placed on, particularly in this past year, on follow through, and I get the sense that this is a group that knows how to follow through. It's not just lip service when we talk about wanting or when we talk about the goal.
Exactly, exactly. Well, there's an opportunity for mentoring uh,
Yes.
and choosing who you want to learn from and with, and so mentorship is a real key element to this. So I'm excited to learn more from you and also who you want to learn from as we continue to build this network. Is there anything else you'd like to say as part of our, this is your intro video. So any final statements you'd like to add, Samuel?
Yeah, I think just that I'm still sort of finding my place here, but I feel comfortable in the environment that's been created, and I am excited to become more fluidly active
Absolutely,
in
absolutely.
this movement.
Well, you know how we feel. It's that art leads science by 10 years, and science leads business by 10 years, and business leads education by 10 years. And there you are as a performer, an artist, a singer, a writer, an actor. And I can't wait to hear more of your accents in our future conversations. So thank you, Samuel, for your time today, and look forward to working with you this year and
Thank you
beyond
so much. Likewise.
and beyond.